Are you having fun in your business? I mean, it should be fun, right? Well, sometimes the fun gets overlooked when you're dealing with the have-tos, the complexities of being your own boss and actually running the show. It's my goal that this, the Fun Business, Fun Money podcast, can help reignite your spark of fun by providing tips, tools, insights, and inspiration so you can enjoy running your business in the simplest, easiest, most fun way possible. I'll be sharing practical tips and ideas that you can implement immediately, along with business and money mindset insights to keep you moving forward no matter what's going on around you. I'm your host, Deirdre Amies, the Fun Business and Money Coach and founder of Powered by Personality. Let's play. Hey there, and welcome back to the Fun Business, Fun Money podcast. Now, I was listening to a business podcast recently, as you do. I'm always finding inspiration and little nuggets of awesome that I can bring into my own business or that I can share with others who need that exact info. And I love that most of that happens while I'm out walking or driving or making dinner, which are my three usual times when I'm listening to podcasts. It was my first listen of this particular podcast, and I'd found it through an interview that the host did on another podcast. Yes, I am that person that follows the breadcrumbs to the source. And it's turned out to be a really good show. But I have a big but here. I almost didn't make it past the first couple of minutes. I mean, it literally took to the 6-minute mark before they got into the promised topic of the day, because there were ads, there were promos and repeated teasers about the actual topic. Now, I know I'm down for a bit of chit-chat because we're all human, although I do know it's never taken me 6 minutes to get started. But it's a marketing format that is very common, and I'm over it. So that being said, let's crack on with today's coaching episode, shall we? Today, we are continuing a theme from last week that I've decided is going to be a regular feature for at least the next wee while, and I'm calling it Back to Business Basics. And as I've already mentioned, there is a lot of fluff and jargon, marketing techniques, tripwires, funnels, and talk about all the latest AI out there in the online space, which makes it super easy to get distracted by all of those shiny objects. Oh, you need this. No, you need that. Oh, are you doing this new thing yet? You better get onto it or you'll miss the boat. Whatevs is what I have to say about that. I have no issue with being left on the dock while everyone else heads out on that boat, bobbing around on the rough water, because they're going to feel sick and unsteady as they're trying to figure out how these things actually apply to their business. And in a lot of cases, it doesn't. So what I've got for you today is a reality check for your business. A reality check is exactly what you think it is. When I'm working with clients, it's super easy to get excited about something, especially if it's going to make them a lot of money. I mean, hello, good vibes. But that's not the only important factor. There's 3 elements to the reality check, which I've kind of touched on in previous episodes. The one about maximizing or increasing your productivity and efficiency, the start, stop, continue concept. Helps if I can even say it. And figuring out whether something is fun, whether it adds value and makes you money. So this is something that deserves its own specific focus, hence an entire episode about the reality check. The 3 elements in the business reality check are, number 1 is fun, of course. Number 2 is profitability. And number 3 is sustainability. All 3 of those parts intersect. So if you've got a piece of paper and a pen handy, you can actually draw this out because I'm going to describe it for you. And if you don't have a pen and paper, if you're driving right now, don't go doing that. Don't go drawing anything. I don't want to be mentioned in an accident report somewhere in the world that says, I was listening to Deirdre Amy's on the Fun Business, Fun Money podcast, and she said to draw this thing. So I did. But I was still driving because she didn't tell me to pull over. So feel free to pull over and draw it out. Otherwise, just picture it in your mind, okay? I want you to draw 3 circles that are in a triangle formation that all intersect with each other. And if you're familiar with that already, it's a Venn diagram. That's the formal name for it. Basically, it's one circle at the top of a triangle with 2 more circles in the lower part of the triangle. And each of the lines of the circle cross over to link the 3 of them together. That very center part where all 3 circles intersect, that's your business. That's the core of everything. Or it could be your offer or whatever thing it is that you're working on. It's the focus point. And then in or beside the top circle at the top of the triangle, I want you to write fun, because that should be top of mind in everything you do. Is this thing fun? Is it enjoyable? Does it make me happy? Does it make others happy? All of those are important factors. And of course, the cliche thing of follow your passion, do the thing that you love, that's absolutely applicable here. Whatever you do, it should feel good and awesome and fun and enjoyable and like you could do it all the time for the rest of your life. That's taking it to the extreme, but you know what I mean. I don't expect you to commit to this one thing for the rest of your life, like you're marrying it, but you get the picture. Now, the 2 lower circles, choose either one. And in one of these, I want you to write profitable, because, of course, money should come into it. If you're in business and you're saying it's not about the money, then we need to have a serious talk, okay? Because it's not a business, that's a hobby, and it's not going to pay your bills or keep a roof over your head. It's as simple as that. The money that you make matters. And that money is made up of the wages that you pay yourself, which is a whole other topic to go into another day, and the profit that your business makes. Revenue is a common metric. Everyone talks about certain number of K, like 10K months, 5K months. That is usually revenue that people are talking about. If you're not paying yourself a living wage and turning a profit, then it's really hard to reach your financial or time freedom goals, because you're basically going to be working 24/7. And then in the other remaining circle, I want you to write sustainable, which of course ties in with the time freedom goals, because who really signs up for burnout and stress and working 24/7? Not me. And I'd like to think that that's not you either. So what you should have is 3 circles that intersect with each other, a nice Venn diagram with fun, profitable, and sustainable. These are the 3 elements to the business reality check that every single business owner should be considering. It's not often that I'm going to tell you you should be doing something, but this is definitely one of those occasions. And that's because it's easy to focus on 1 or 2 of these elements, like fun and profitable, and to ignore the sustainable part. Or you'll focus on something that's sustainable and profitable, but you push the fun to the side. So let's run through some examples of how this shows up in business. Let's say you've got you do. This is not hypothetical. You absolutely do have a talent for something that is very specialized. Very few people are able to do this thing that you do. It's got longevity written all over it because this is something that would take others a lot of time and energy to get up to your skill level. And because you're the known expert in this field, you can make a lot of money from it. But the work itself is draining. You're bored by it. And you don't really like the type of clients who come to you for this, which is like a whole nother level of awkward. That is not fun at all. If you're not enjoying something for whatever reason, you're going to start looking for any other task you can do before getting to that one, even though it's highly profitable. So you might be organizing your paperwork. You might be cleaning the kitchen if you work at home like I do. Anything to avoid this thing. Money itself is not a great motivator. So it could be highly profitable, but so whatevs. And neither is the wants and needs of others. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Which is something I say to my kids all the time. So it's amazing how well that applies to business as well. If you're not enjoying something, you're on the fast track to burnout. That's it. Nobody needs burnout. Don't do that. Similarly, I'm impressed that I even got that word out without tripping over it. Similarly, if you're doing something that you absolutely love, you feel like you could do this thing forever, and people will happily pay you money all day long for it. That sounds like a perfect scenario, doesn't it? But is it sustainable? How long can you maintain the same high quality experience for your clients and customers, especially if you want to scale your business to make more money? Let's face it, we're not robots. We are, in fact, human. We're not meant to work all the time, and there are only so many hours in a day, which means there's the burnout. Fast track, hello. And the third example is that maybe you're doing something that makes you happy. You've found a way to do it that works for your energy, your time, and expertise. People love it, and there's a huge demand for it, but you're undercharging for it. You feel guilty about charging anything for it. Well, that's going to fall over as well, simply because the stress of trying to deliver on a wing and a prayer instead of money received for your amazing work, that is off the charts huge. You can't scale a business and bring on a team to help you out if you're undercharging. So can you see how the three elements have to work together? It has to be fun and enjoyable. It has to be profitable, bringing in the money, and it has to be sustainable in order to achieve your goals. It's really easy to get excited about that new project or idea. You go off and you start creating and building the things that you need for it. But if you've not taken into account the profitability or the sustainability of it, that's getting hard. Or you go off and you create something that will stand the test of time and it will bring in the cash, but you're bored to tears by it. Ugh, no fun. I feel like such a party pooper every time I bring this up because I'm all for the big dreams, for the fun and the exciting stuff, because it feels great. And everything is awesome. I mean, I even have dream in the middle of my name. So I'm all for bringing your dreams to life. So, fun fact, if you haven't noticed yet, I have dream in the middle of my name. You can go and check it out in the description or the show notes for this episode, and you'll see it in my website and my email address. The reality is that we all need a reality check now and then if we're going to make a proper go of our business. And I really do want everyone to make a proper go of it. I don't want you to be one of the statistics that it's something like 20% of small businesses fail in the first year, or whatever the stat is. Don't quote me on that. I really should have looked it up before I hit record, but you know what I mean. I want you to be rocking your business now and in a year's time, in 5 years' time, in 20 years' time. It doesn't mean that you have to be doing the same business. It could be a completely different business to what you have now. But the point is, you're born to be an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur life is not just about sunshine and rainbows or magical manifesting woo. Your business also needs the practical and logical steps that support all of the fun stuff and form the foundations that you will build your empire on. And that's why we need to apply the reality check to everything. Your offers, your pricing, your niche, and your ideal clients, your systems and operations, your marketing, and all the other stuff. Is it fun? Is it profitable? Is it sustainable? I don't know about you, but I love a bit of homework now and then, so I'm going to give you some homework today. I want you to pick an area of your business and ask yourself those 3 questions for a quick reality check. Is it fun? Is it profitable? Is it sustainable? And of course, the easiest things to focus on are usually your offers, the thing that you're putting out to the world, or your marketing of them, the way that you're putting it out to the world. Because if you dislike reels like I do, then it's not going to be sustainable. And if your reels aren't leading to clients or customers, then you're just having a bit of fun or not on social media. And you might actually be better off putting your time and energy into something else. Whatever it is, I would love to hear what you come up with from asking yourself those 3 questions. And of course, if you'd like my help fixing up the wobbly bits that you'd find with your reality check, send me a DM about Ignite, my one-to-one business coaching program. We'll have a chat about what you and your business needs, and we'll take it from there. I'm at Fun Business, Fun Money, all one word, on both Facebook and Instagram. Or you can send an email to hello@deirdreamies.com. You'll find the link to all of those in the description and in the show notes. So that's what I got for you today. Take care, have fun while making sure it's also sustainable and profitable, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for joining me. If you found this episode useful, make sure you hit that follow button on your chosen podcast platform so you get the notifications when each new episode goes live and you don't miss anything. If you know someone who would also get something from it, don't be shy, share it with them. One of the best things about being a business coach for online entrepreneurs is helping them make sense of their creative ideas and turn them into a simple, clear business system that actually makes money. A client recently described me as a castle building expert. You've got the big vision and some of the building materials already, but you don't quite know how to bring it all together into a solid foundation. Then I come along and I show you the blueprint that makes sense of it all. I love that analogy. And I'd love to show you your personalized blueprint, the one that's just right for you and your clients. But I can't do that until you join Ignite, my business and money coaching program. So head on over to deirdreamies.com/Ignite for all the details. Fill out the application form and let's talk about building your castle in the simplest, easiest way possible.